Okay, so I've got a quick tip for you. Not much, but may help you. I ordered, by accident, because I'm an idiot, the wrong length vertical blind for a job. Fortunately, it's only for my niece, so she's not too worried about it. And so I've ordered these too long, so they're about ½ inch too long, but they could do to be a tad shorter, to be honest. Even on the bottom hook of the double hook at the top here, they were about ½ inch too long. So if I make them slightly over ½ inch shorter, I'll have a bit of room for manoeuvre with the double hook, and they won't be all over the windowsill. Now, the obvious solution is to re-hem them. So take the weight out, which just comes out easy enough, and undo the hem, move it up a bit and re-seam it. However, this fabric is a vinyl, blackout vinyl, and the stitch marks really show. So if I were to move that hem up by say 15mm like that, I have to move the position of the stitch line up as well to about there, to, well, the same distance up, and there's just no way of hiding that stitch line. It just looks awful. So that isn't a good solution, so I had to find another solution. So moving up to the top, again, if I undo this and move that down, I could actually shorten it by that much and get the stitch line on the top, but it would mean recutting all these little holes, and I don't have the cutter, I don't have a press to cut those, so it'll be a pain, and they'll never be neat, and there'll be a long hole down here as well, because this will have to do, so it's not a nice solution. So the best method I came up with was to undo this hem. Now this, because this is a vinyl, it actually rips really easy, even the stitches cut through, so you do have to be a bit careful as you undo it. There we go. So make sure you get all the stray threads out, and most of the time they're stitched with an invisible thread, so you just have to feel your way. And then cut this whole hem off. Now it's quite grainy, this fabric, so that helps me to keep a nice parallel cut line, and then put it back over by the amount that you want to shorten it by. So in this case it's that 15-16mm, and I know that I just see the edge of it. Yeah, I'll put it on there. This little edge here, this top edge, I know that if that just peeks through there, it's the right length. So then I put it under the machine and I stitch right over that stitch line, and in fact they don't go right to the edge, so if you go right to the edge as well while you're at it. I'm not using an invisible thread, I'm using a standard thread, and a relatively thick one as well, so that it fills the holes a bit better of the stitch line. And then I'm just being careful to get the edge of this lined up with one of the grainy lines in here, so I know that the whole thing's parallel. And then just follow that stitch line. So you'll fill it in a bit, and fill up those holes, so it tends to look a little bit better. Plus any holes that are there won't show because you've got this layer inside now, so you reduce the risk of any light showing through. Not that they do, to be honest, at the top of a vertical blind. And of course I'm not actually cutting anything off because that much is what I need, but If you wanted to, you could chop these right down. If you want to repurpose some vertical blinds for a completely different window, for instance, and they were much shorter, you can just chop it off wherever you want, as long as you've got enough to go in there to create a new top for the hanger. You can cut off as much as you want. There we go, just about another 3,000 to do, and I'll be done with this little job. You can actually cut this top bit off first if you want while the hanger's still in, and then undo that stitch line. I just find it easier to undo the stitch line while it's still attached to this. I've got a bit more sort of to get hold of, but it matters not really.